Okay. But ultimately, Minister,
Yes.
as far as the students are concerned, what is your continued vision? Because I know you're very passionate about NEPA from the onset, and with this happening, it's not very nice what's happening. So, I
Of
mean, what's
course.
your ultimate vision for the institution? I mean, I
Of
know you
course,
want to get it back on track.
it is definitely the goal of this ministry and myself to continue to support the institution, because the intent of this institution was to be able to provide students, especially coming out of the PSVEs, the St. Martin Academy PSVE, the VSBO type schools, so not the academic levels that can go directly to college. And those that have an interest and a vocation or a skill and exploring that, there are many options that should be available at this institution. As a matter of fact, I know that some of the programs are running very, very well. So it is not to say, I do not want the image to be projected out there that this is not where you should go. As a matter of fact, one of the few one piece of information that I received that was actually positive is that there seems to be a upsurge again in the numbers, because this had been quite alarming during the 2015 that there had been a severe drop in the numbers. So I've heard that the numbers, I haven't seen it on paper, so that's why I'm saying I've heard that the numbers have increased, and that is at least a positive note. So there are still students showing the interest to go, and once I get that final report, I'll be able to ascertain whether they are able to receive the quality education that they deserve. These are the students that we want to prepare for the job market. These are the students, it requires a close cooperation with the private sector as well. And there have been certain agreements and liaisons already created. This institution will then also have to create more opportunities for students to be able to actually execute their work programs, because you cannot only do classroom lessons or practical lessons in the classrooms. You should be able to have practical experience within the workforce. So there is a lot of collaboration that's needed with the private sector. So that is the goal of this minister, is to make sure that that is done optimally, that all are living up to their responsibilities, because government is subsidizing this school. Yes, based on the articles of incorporation of the foundation, we've done it in such a way that government is not interfering. But in any case where government can prove that the quality of education is not being executed as supposed to, as well as the fact that the subsidy is not being used in the way that it is intended, government does have steps that they can take. So this is not any type of a slap on the institution, the staff, or the students, or the management, etc. We as government just have to make sure that it's being done correctly.
And as far as the director is concerned, do they have a director now?
I believe during since they had fired the director, there was an interim director that was there, and then they hired an executive director. So they do have an executive director at this time, as far as I know.
Are you able to provide us with some information as to how many students are studying in the region, what are they studying for, and where in the region? Okay,
I did not come prepared with those type of details for this meeting, but I would be able to provide you with that in writing at a later date if you don't mind. But this has been done, I believe, 2013 onwards, that we've been granting students the opportunity for this fund. I think many don't understand it is not the regular study financing. It does not come from St. Martin's budget. Some of the restrictions that are within the regular study financing are a bit more lenient in the studying in the region requirements. Of course, you still have to prove that you are able to, that you've been accepted at the school, that you can follow the course of study, that it's within your interest area, etc. But many of the times there are students, for instance, who we've been able to help, who are right here doing USM courses, and maybe they were already paying it through their own means, and it's just an assistance that they were able to get, because the studying in a region budget usually only grants the recipient for 1 year. Sometimes it's a student in transition to finalize some documents so that they can qualify for the regular study financing. So I know in the past we've done for literally areas in the region, so including St. Martin, Aruba, Curacao, St. Thomas, in different areas like I believe, where's the Monroe College, St. Lucia?
Jamaica.
Yes, but I believe the student went to St. Lucia. I'm not sure. So, and as long as the student is not going to the Netherlands, it's basically considered in the region. So that would give you a synopsis of it, but if you still require the details as to the numbers, I think I said it in a couple of press briefings back how many students were awarded and for where, but I'll be able to send that information to you.
And approximately how much is Holland making available for this purpose?
329,000 euros.
Thursday, February 4th, that's the official opening of the Carnival Village, and we have a free concert that will be happening where we will have performing artists such as New Style, Ebony Impress, BIB Group, and of course the Enough Respect Band, who will be performing, and we will have the MC. It's none other than the philosopher of humor, Mr. Fernando Clark, and all of this goes down on Thursday, February 4th, 8 p.m. sharp at the Carnival Village in Galleys Bay. Now on Friday, now that's a promoter night, and I would like to thank again the promoter for collaborating with us for the second time, and we will be having the band clash. So last year we had the first edition, this year we're having the second edition, where we will have a band from St. Kitts, from St. Martin, from the USVI, and of course from Anguilla, who will be competing for the title of Band Clash winner of this year. And just like last year, the winner of this competition will take you straight into Juve. Last year we had the honors of having the Small Axe Band on the road, as they were the one who won the competition. So you need to come out actually to the show and see who will be on the road for Juve. So like I said, this will take us straight into Juve. Juve starts at 5:30 a.m. We will be having, so far we have confirmed 2 bands on the road for Juve, and that will take us into the streets of Marigot and back into the Carnival Village on Friday. On Saturday morning, on Saturday morning. Then on Saturday evening, so that's February 6th, I have a lot of information processing right now, so I'm getting a little mixed up with the dates. But on Saturday evening, we have a reggae show, and that's promoted by Skanky and Fred York. So they will have a reggae concert. It's a local show, and I'm asking everyone to come out and support our local artists. And it will be a tribute to Bob Marley, as we know that is the February 6th is the anniversary date of his birthday. So come out and support our local artists. This year we're promoting a lot of local artists, so we're asking everyone to come out and support this event. Then on Sunday, February 7th, that is the grand parade that starts at 12 p.m. at 12 noon, and it starts from the Agrima roundabout. And this year we have registered so far 8 adult troops, and it's slated to be a very colorful parade. So I'm asking everyone to come out on time, because we always try to respect time and start on time. So we're asking everyone to come out on time. Don't wait. We know a lot of people like to wait last minute to come out and say the sun is hot. But yeah, if you want to get a nice spot on Rue de la République, which is always the main spot for the parade, you need to come out early. So that's for the parade. Then when the parade will finish at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. we have a concert in the village, another free concert in the village, and we will be having the Explosion Band from the southern side, who will be performing along with DJ Siro. So that kicks off at 7 p.m. at the Festival Village in the Carnival Village in Galleys Bay. Now on Monday, February 8th, we will be having a Zouk night. That is a promoter night that is promoted by Radio Saint-Martin. And we have a lot of artists who will be flying in for this show. Of course, we have the famous Caravan Group, and we have different artists who will be flying from Guyana, Guadeloupe, and Martinique to put on an awesome show. So all you Zouk lovers, this is the event that you need to come to, because it's slated Zouk and more. So you will have mainly Zouk, and of course you will have different forms of music which will be performed by the different groups who will be performing on that night. And on Tuesday, February 9th, we will be having the second day parade, which is the Mardi Gras parade, and that parade starts at 2 p.m. Unlike the Sunday parade, it starts at 2 p.m. still from the Agrément roundabout. And on Wednesday will be the official closing of the village and the burning of Mumu, which will be followed also by another concert. And this year, the lineup for the closing of the village, which is promoted as to be a wet fete. So we're asking everyone to come out and enjoy themselves for the last day of the carnival season. And we will be having, of course, the Red Eye Crew, Verse, and the Asa Banton from Dominica, who will be performing in the village for the closing of the village. So we're asking everyone to come out. The Carnival Committee this year emphasized on communication, on making sure that all information towards Carnival is well broadcasted, is well out there in the press. So we would like to thank the press also and the TV station and the newspaper for collaborating with us and helping us get the word, spread the word actually on Carnival. So we're asking everyone to come out and support Carnival. And if you need any information pertaining to Carnival, you just go on our Facebook page, Carnaval de Saint-Martin, and you will have all the information.
I'm feeling funny, man. I feel like I'm getting a pain in my chest.
I got this.
You sure?
Yes. It's 30 breaths and 2 compression. Give her here.
Oh, Monique, look, she waking up.
No, Fernand. It is not 30 breaths and 2 compressions. It is 30 compressions and 2 breaths. CPR can be done in 3 simple steps. Step 1, check and call. Step 2, press down or pump. Step 3, blow.
I got it now. It's 30 compression and 2 breaths.
Yes.
Right. CAB.
Hey, Bob, you're on family vacation. Oh, but your daughter's got the measles. But don't worry about it. With your Be Sure travel insurance, children under 12 are covered for free.
Are you Be Sure? Be Sure.
Yeah, for free. Oh my, what an inventory list, and so unnecessary. But wait, your home contents are all insured by Be Sure. That means that you determine the amount you want to insure. No inventory list, no hassle.
Are you Be Sure? Be Sure.
GEBE has been faithfully serving the communities of St. Martin, powering your home and our economy. Come rain or shine, our qualified team of professionals are working hard 24 hours a day to provide you and your family with safe, reliable electricity and water. We use the latest technologies and test our products daily to maintain the highest international standards. Our friendly staff is always there to assist you, whether in person, over the phone, or online. We are committed to constantly improving our products and services, making them more efficient, effective, and environmentally friendly to serve you better today and our next generation of clients tomorrow. GEBE, powering a brighter future.
Our friend Megawati is here with tips to save you energy. 1. Turn your airco temperature up. 2. Use a ceiling fan instead. 3. Buy energy-saving products. Save some green with NVGEBE.
Here we go. This is freedom, this is life. Happiness is all I'm seeking. Carpe diem, I'm seizing every day, not just the weekend. Here's to all the good times that have come to last. Here's to living in the now.
When you can afford what you crave, life just gets so good.
And I'm feeling good, so good, so good, so good. Hey, I'm gonna live my life, feeling good, so good, real good, so
KFC, so good for everyone.
Thank Minister Richard Gibson, the Minister of Finance, for accepting my proposal that I made to him and to the coalition partners with respect to the changes to the tax law that make it obligatory for foundations and associations to register and to file. Why did I ask the minister to consider, firstly, an extension of the period of time for the associations and foundations, and secondly, to launch a public campaign with respect to what foundations and associations are required to do now as far as their tax registration and filing are concerned. Because you know, just like I do, that many persons on St. Martin, for different reasons and purposes, have been part or have created foundations. I mean, you name it, in so many areas, you have persons who have been involved in and still are in foundations. However, I believe that in order to get these persons now up to speed in the system, filing and registering, they need to be given some time, and we need to do more than what has been done until now, which is good, but that's only a start. Advertising in local newspapers and telling foundations and associations, you are now falling under the law in terms of registration and filing, and you need to do it. You have seen those ads appear in the papers, but I think we need to explain and we need to make a step forward. I know it's going to require human resources. People need to do that, need to get out there, but it's crucial that we give associations and foundations the opportunity to get with it, so to speak. And I heard Minister Gibson also mentioned it in the last press briefing, and for which I want to, of course I told it to him. I don't need to come to a press briefing, but I told it to him, but I also want to mention it here because I was the one who basically made a proposal to him. So I'm glad that he's looking at that and giving it some serious thought.
So one of the questions that is a natural question is, well, why don't we just keep the medical center as it is, refurbish it, renovate it, and operate in the current facility? There's a report that was done by Centis in 2014 where they actually evaluated 3 different scenarios. One was the construction of a new hospital, reconstruct, or upgrade the present building. And it was the gist of the report, the conclusion of the report was that basically the current building has exceeded its lifespan, and that especially from a financial perspective, the money that would be invested to upgrade or to maintain the facility probably is not practical. And in addition to that, you still have the sort of inefficiencies that are there from the original design. One of the problems they have is the hospital was built with this sort of open air feeling. We're all aware of that. They have sort of louvered blocks throughout the hospital. But in a hurricane, this is obviously a problem. This is not a building that is very easy to secure for natural disasters. So when you look at the current financial situation of the medical center, here's a chart. The blue is income, gray is expenses, and in the red are their losses. And you can see there's obviously a clear trend. The amount of losses year over year are steadily increasing. The main reason for this is that the tariff structure is an outdated structure. The rates are too low, so basically the cost of providing service is not properly compensated by the current tariff structure. So in a sense, what you could say is that on average, the cost for each activity, each treatment, is higher than the income. So that results in a loss per activity. So without addressing this, by doubling the size of the hospital, doubling the number of beds, in reality what you're doing is you're doubling the number of transactions, which would have the ultimate impact of actually doubling the speed at which the hospital loses money. So without addressing the financial situation, discussions about the physical construction of a new hospital don't seem to be particularly responsible. So here is a concept drawing for the new medical center. Let's see. So if you can see in the pointer, so this sort of green area here is where the current medical center is. So the idea would be to build this section first so that it could be built without disrupting, without demolishing the current facility. Obviously the noise, the construction would have some impact on the facility, but and then this section here is the logistical section, and this section here is what is referred to as this medical tourism section. So how far in this process are we really? As I've indicated already, the financial basis for even the current medical center doesn't make sense. Increasing the size, doubling the speed, so there's a financial model that still has to be resolved before you talk about building a new hospital. There are no architectural drawings. There are no engineering drawings. This is just an artist concept, probably for a nice cover page. So as I look at the proposal, and again, we are still in our investigation process, a couple things jumped out as concerns. And for that reason, well, I'll go into the other part later. So the medical wing is projected to cost somewhere between $30 to $35 million. And as I looked at the proposals, there was no medical tourism partner, no private sector partner putting up the money for that section. So what it would mean is that the SZV, and with the backing of the government, and with the people ultimately responsible beyond that, would be funding and financing this medical tourism section, which doesn't make much sense. If we're already struggling to pay our bills in the current construction, adding a facility to the SMMC that's not a standalone, financially viable addition, in my mind, it leaves at least a lot of questions.
It's been said that behind every door, possibility awaits. How much possibility depends on which door you open first. Every day, we help our customers discover the possibilities in their lives. It all starts with a conversation. Scotiabank. Discover what's possible.
how much can be realistically saved through on-island medical services in whatever new plan there is. The answer was approximately 30 million guilders is currently spent on referrals abroad. With the temporary tariff increase and increase of services, a reduction on the referrals abroad will be realized. Maybe no studies have been done with regards to this at the present moment, but surely I don't want to miss the opportunity of asking about this clarification. In other words, we want at least a good ballpark figure as to what will be saved, which means that we have to determine what type of specialties we will have here in Ireland. In other words, how will the present situation be amplified? And given the amount of the cases that will be handled here, on the basis of what has been referred, will we save? That would give us a good indication, based on what has happened in the past, of what we can save and then utilize this for our new facilities. Let me go on to question number 59, question posed by my person. Do we have the necessary rooms and staff to deal with isolation? And if more is needed in cases of an epidemic, where would we extend these rooms to, and how do we intend to control them? I don't see an answer to that question, and what I want to clarify, because it's not there, is I'm referring to infrastructure and not in particular expertise right now. I think you have answered some of the questions with regards to expertise.